So we have a new voting system. Well, I'm going to talk about that afterwards. I'm going to explain something to y'all, how the world is crazy and why the principal's office is important. What Dodge does is important. And y'all might not realize that. That's another thing you get from logging into Patreon. The way Dodge teaches and loves her children, the way she explains things to Trom and I is important. That's why I bugged her 2 weeks ago about being around. And that's why I may have not been paying attention to her need for a day, right? Because I wanted to make sure that she felt important, that she knew that how important she is. And the reason why is because of this. Things like this. The young lady saw that I put up the block versus not block, right? Mm-hmm. And she says, "Oh, I didn't mean to upset Tahoe." She says, "I'm a special education teacher. I teach special education children with autism and emotional disturbance. I see your children grow. You guys introduce them to so much stuff. I think it's amazing. I have students who have never been anywhere outside the play school ground. It's important to make sure they have all these experience. When I said go sit down, I meant you have to allow the coaches to coach and give them that independence, because as much as you want, you will not always be there. But I think you're an amazing father from what you show. And I love all that you do and how much you support them." She continued to say very nice things about me, and I appreciated that. Mm-hmm. But my retort was slightly irritated by somebody who's a special education teacher.
Yo, that shit just made me even more mad, honestly.
Because what I said was, the coaches, now I'm not going to block you, but the coaches can't handle all the kids by themselves.
Absolutely not. There's no fucking way.
So the ones who don't get extra attention get left out, and that's not what's going to happen to my children. I'm going to show up every weekend and make sure my sons have the time of their lives, and if that means I have to run after the ball with him to make sure he picks it up, or run around the bases with him to make sure he keeps going, or swing the bat with him to make sure he doesn't give up when he doesn't hit it, then that's what I'm going to do. And as a teacher, you should be more supportive of parents that are that involved, instead of leaving it up for the teachers to do all the work.
Bugging out.
It's funny you don't see it that way, but to each their own. That kind of bothered me, because
and that's crazy, because as a special ed teacher, you have help in the room. There is you cannot teach special ed in special ed environments like 1 to 7, 1 to 8, 1 to 12 type of environments. They all have paraprofessionals that are in the room to help you with certain kids that need a little bit more attention, because you're one person and you can't be everywhere at the same time. I don't understand. And it's the verbiage for me also, because it's like, if you're a special ed teacher, then if there's something that's happening that you don't understand, you should frame it in a question form, not as a direct, like not as y'all know my brain don't be working.
It's a directive.
Yeah,
she gave me a directive.
Like she's telling you this is what you need to do, like everybody else, instead of saying why is it, or coming and saying like, hey, I'm a special education teacher. It would be better, or maybe a better practice, if you gave them a little bit of independence in this time, and then that opens up a dialogue.
I still might have blocked that. Shut up.
I mean,
but she should have led with that though. Not sit your ass down.
Like yo,
and then after the fact,
every other parent, like every other parent. So when people was like, "Oh, she's just joking," I'm like, that statement was one of annoyance. It sounded annoyed to me at my behavior.
Yeah.
That's what kind of bothered me. Do you understand that, T?
Yeah.
It sounded annoyed, because that's not a joke to me. When go sit your ass down like every other parent.
Yeah.
That's just start buzzing in my head.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I said I appreciate teachers like Dodge. For one, the way she deals with us, she does her best. Sometimes she gets on my fucking nerves with her direct shit. She's very direct when she's like annoyed.
Sorry.
But other times she's very introspective in the way that we are as individuals, and she knows how to play that dynamic, which is why I trust her with the brand.
Yeah, that lady was dead wrong. I was surprised at her response, like the fact that she teaches special ed. That was shocking. Like, yo, if that's your field, you would think you, of all people, would have entered this conversation with a different energy instead of like sit your ass down, nigga. Like, what the fuck? That was weird. It completely took me off guard. At one point, I had like a little bit of empathy for a second for her, because her response was very articulate. But it was a complete contrast to how she came in the conversation and kind of just made it even more wrong. So, yeah, it ended up being like super strange. But she don't deserve to get blocked.
I was fucking tight. I was tight because I'm very protective of them. I love those boys. I think they are the sweetest children in the world. I adore them. I adore their lives. And if it's one thing that anybody knows about me, I have a special place in my heart for autistic children from teaching and being in ICT environments, teaching special ed classes. I always loved them. They always gravitated towards me. And I always thought that they were like some of the sweetest, kindest children ever. Like there's no bullshit with them. They're not about to lie to you about nothing. How they feel is how they feel, and that's it. And I can always respect that. And I don't know, like I love those boys so much. Like don't fuck with Amari and Elijah. Like don't fuck with my babies. I don't care. Like, I will fuck you up for them. Like, leave my babies alone.
Now, we will be doing it on my Instagram. 2/3 vote. If people start annoying me, like yesterday, I posted pictures of me in jail and stuff like that, right? You saw that. So before I went to jail, if you don't shut the fuck up!
Yo, honestly, this is going to be that episode. Like, why? Like, where are you backing up to?
It's a
fucking
regular
Nostrand?
ass van. Like, they don't even need that noise to
Toyota,
reverse.
nobody wants to hit you, nigga.
You act like it's a fucking big
What's
ass
your
bus.
fucking basic ass insurance payment? Get the fuck out of here.
Yo, today is about to
$450 to
be
fix
mad
that piece of shit.
annoying. I feel it in my
Get a fucking
spirit.
Toyota. When people say like somebody said to my picture, "Oh, was your hairline receding back then?"
That's fucking wild. Why do people talk to people like they
Fucking
friends?
2002. Why would you talk to me like that? Why would you say that? Like, cause now,
wild.
what if it was? What if it was? Is it okay for me to say some shit like that to you?
Like,
Is one of your
was your
titties flatter than the
lopsided,
other? Like,
Yeah.
wow, your titty looks lopsided. It's okay. It's okay for me to say that to you. Oh, you couldn't grow hair back then?
Oh,
Came a long way.
Shit.
Like, that's cool. What's wrong with y'all? What's wrong? Like, y'all be trying, so now today is getting posted. Blockity block. Are we blocking or not?
Block them.
If 2/3 of the audience votes to block, you're out of here. Never come back. No post yet, Tahoe.
I don't know what kind of episode this is about to be, but this shit is funny as fuck. I'm happy I didn't put no lashes on today. See, babe, it was a good idea. It was a good idea.
Can we put that on the sound?
I know you're gonna ask. You gotta harmonize it correctly too.
I gotta get the noise. I forgot it, man. But okay. So I was happy to call Daj on Mother's Day. Let's go back to let's get the fuck out of here with this shit. I was happy to call Daj, and she answered the phone, and she was bright. She was happy. She was wearing colors. Daj doesn't really wear colors like that. I noticed. When I think about the photo shoot, I saw the natural shit. She wasn't trying to cover herself with nothing. She wasn't hiding behind anything. This is me. I was happy about that. That says something to me about where a person's mind is. As a Pisces, I think about shit like I watch people, right? And I try to, look and see where they're at. Energy means something to me. And I'm like, this is good. This is good. I'm serious. And when you answer the phone and the brightness was coming off, the energy was coming off. I noticed that you used lotion that day. That matters. If the person uses lotion, that means they're in a good space. Nobody, if you don't care, you ain't oiling your skin like that. You don't care. Fuck you.
No shit.
What changed?
I don't know. I literally, and I said, and I put a post up about this. Like, my mom died. This Sunday coming up will be 16 years. This was my first Mother's Day since then that I was happy.
First time.
First time.
First time I've seen it.
That I was like happy. Like I've woken up some days, some Mother's Days, and I'm like content. I'm like cool, whatever. But like I woke up in an amazing mood yesterday.
Look at this nigga over there.
Who, this nigga?
This nigga act like he don't know what the fuck it is. Look at him. Just looking at his food.
No, I just woke up in a great mood. Like I said, all I want to do for Mother's Day is I'm gonna get myself a bottle of champagne. I'm gonna buy myself a gown, and I'm just sitting in the house. And I got me a little $20 gown off of Amazon that was fucking fire. That shit came out fire. I didn't even know it was gonna be hot like that. And I got my favorite bottle of champagne, and I was in a great mood yesterday. Just all smiles the whole fucking day.
Good.
I don't know. I
Parker
woke up
was
and
happy.
life was different.
Parker was happy.
Oh,
Did she get on your
Parker's
nerves?
Mad happy.
Did she get on your nerves yesterday?
No, he had her.
When I answered the phone, we spoke for a couple minutes. Parker jumped in your hand, and she was like, "Hi." Now, I haven't been around Parker much, but for her to look at me and address me was a elevation, that I hadn't seen as of yet. I've seen her make noise and everything, but to acknowledge me, look at me and go, "Hi," and then I said something back, and then she answered and she laughed because she heard what I said. That's a progression.
Yeah.
Right.
These kids grow so fast. And I said, between Parker and this motherfucker over here, shout out to Gunner, these additions have filled a space in your life that's made you more celebratory and actually step into who you are going forward. And I'm proud of that. I'm very happy
thank you.
for you. I am very happy for you.
This is a good place. This is a good year, man. I don't know.
Are you digging your nose at me?
Shut the fuck up. No, but it is like I'm mad fucking happy. Like most days. Like 92%. Because I still, peaks and valleys. But I'm happy. It's a good space. And babe cooked for me too. That was fucking amazing. I had dinner. It was great. It's a great day. It was a great Mother's Day. I don't think I really had expectations because I've never really had a good Mother's Day. Like my major expectation was to wake up and enjoy my day and not be sad about my day. And I think that's what happened. So that was perfect for me. Like I didn't need like this big grandiose type of a situation. Like I was very content in being happy. 16 years to be miserable in the same day and wake up one day and you're happy, that shit is like monumental. Like that's priceless.
I had a good Mother's Day as well. I built some things for my girlfriend. One of them is Wolf. If you can take a video of this short one over there, that vase, I built that with some things that I had around the house. And I also built one for my mom. Things I had around, because I was going to use those vases here before I got all these goddamn plants. If y'all notice, I got like 50 plants now. And I was going to use those around. That's dope. That's fire. But I was like, yo, this is dope, because most times you get your parents or your girlfriend flowers and shit and they die immediately. They die in a week and then it's over. It was like, oh, that was great while it lasted. But at least these is a monument that can go forth and say, yo, this is something that I got from my son and
So
he made
fire.
it himself. And
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It had meaning to it. And then I put all of these videos together for my baby mama, my daughter's mother. You know what I mean? And for my son's mother. And I called my baby mother, and she's in Georgia, so I couldn't do but so much, and I wasn't thinking about it that much beforehand because I was on tour and shit. But Trom, did you do something for your baby mamas?
No.
Was that throwing him right under the bus? Because he wasn't expecting. You see how I just flipped? I was just like, yo, so that was great. So why not?
It's funny because you're just way more thoughtful than I am. And I realized that because, your mom is like a second mom to me. So I call her every Mother's Day. I don't know if you knew that.
No.
But so I called her and I asked her how her day was. And she told me like all the fly shit that you did. And I'm like, damn, I should have spoke to Tahoe like on Saturday so I got some ideas. Because I'm a
Not
regular.
on Saturday, nigga. God damn.
Or,
The day before.
or a week prior, whatever. Whatever. You know what I mean?
can't do
Ahead of
it.
time, that's what I mean. So I'm just a regular get some flowers guy and take
There's
your
nothing
mom
wrong
out
with
to
that.
dinner,
There's
right?
nothing wrong with
Yeah, right. There's nothing wrong with that, but you could be more thoughtful, and I am not that guy. Man, I love my mother, obviously, or not obviously. Maybe not everybody has that relationship, but Mother's Day is a dope holiday. I love acknowledging other mothers to my children. Mother's Day is a beautiful thing. I don't necessarily feel like we have to compare and contrast to Father's Day. It's its own separate day. Mothers need to be celebrated, and I do that. I'm not the most thoughtful person. I have been in the past. Maybe I got to get back to that. I don't know. So I'm not like the best gift giver, but I definitely think Mother's Day should be celebrated.
Dog, it happened.
I sent a text to my baby mothers. One of which I thought about not sending the text, only because, and this is from a conversation I had with you, like, she does not want to hear from me. So it's almost passive aggressive to say anything positive to her, because she
not really, not on that day.
She never replied to the text, or like she's never told me Happy Father's Day, never acknowledged anything. You know what I mean? So I'm like, if I'm gonna be on the wrong side of this, I'd rather be on the wrong side, wishing her a Happy Mother's Day. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I could have been wrong either way.
Yes.
So, and then my other daughter's moms, I saw her and I gave her a Happy Mother's Day in person. You know what I mean? And then I gave her a text also, so with some kind words. But
how does it feel not to get a response from the other one? Not to be too intrusive.
Yeah, no, it's not intrusive at all. I expected it. I knew that it wasn't necessarily, she don't really want to hear from me. So it's kind of like, I didn't want to.
Really? Would you beat her ass or something? Like, what happened?
Yo.
Would you steal from her?
It's funny, like.
What did you do?
Yo, somebody that I know spoke to me about it, and she's the only person that made it make sense. She was like, yo, she's just one of those people that will hold a grudge.
She a Virgo?
Nah. She's
Sure.
What is she? Sagittarius.
Oh.
She's just one of those people that will hold a grudge for the rest of her life. And there's nothing you can do about it. This is advice that somebody gave to me, because she said that, her mom was like that. And her mom was like that with her dad, which put a strain on her relationship with her dad. So it put it in perspective to me, because I'm like, yo, my daughter is fucking 15 years old. Like, whatever
and y'all haven't
feelings you have for me was from 16 years ago.
Yeah,
like,
y'all haven't been together in 16 years.
You know what I mean? Like, we can't co-parent, so it's just some people that are not willing to let shit go. So it is what it is. I've just accepted that space,
Yikes.
Daj, do you believe that men should give their gifts to their baby mamas?
Absolutely.
You do?
Absolutely.
For Mother's Day?
Absolutely. Especially if your kid doesn't live with you.
What if they have a boyfriend?
So?
Well, it's kind of weird showing up with like flowers and shit, and they live together and shit.
It's literally like Mother's Day. I think that if there are there's certain holidays that should be exempt. It's not like it's fucking Valentine's Day. Like, that's weird. But it's Mother's Day. And it doesn't even have to say from you. You can address it to the mother under the name or under the guise of the child, because that is Mother's Day. You understand? Like, it's not.
But I've given. Okay. Most times I buy things for my sons to give their mom.
Right, which is fine.
Or for my daughter to give her mom.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Right?
Yeah.
But I don't show up gift in hand, especially if she's in a relationship.
Yeah. There are
Is that
ways.
Crazy?
No, I don't think it's crazy. I think that there are appropriate ways to do it, but I don't think that any mother should not have any type of acknowledgement on Mother's Day from the other parent. I think that that's kind of fucked up.
So what I did for my son's mom is I put together a collage of pictures into a video and videos, and I just made this thing and then sent it to her through email so she can watch it at her, leisure. The kids can watch it with her, something like that. But I didn't have to show up with a gift because she lived with her man. I ain't, I'm trying to be cool with everything. I don't want no smoke. I don't want nobody arguing over me. Why would he? I don't know. Not saying that he's like that, but you never know.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know that guy. So
I think it's a sense of maturity that has to come with co-parenting, that certain things should be understandable when it's done at the right time. Like, it has to be like on Mother's Day for me. Like, this is your Mother's Day gift. Like, not like, so it can't be misconstrued. Like, I appreciate you because you helped me raise these kids and leave. Like, that's it.
I'm looking at you because I'm thinking.
I know you are.
And there's so many different ways I can go with this because I have a question to ask you guys.
Okay.
Dodge asked this question already, but being that I was on the outside looking in, I can only give an outside answer.
Okay.
But now I'm on the inside looking out, and I'm like, okay, I need to listen again to this conversation again. But very quickly, I want to bring up something that happened on Twitter today, and hopefully I took a screenshot of it.
What happened today?
It's just people being people.
Regular.
One of the most ignorant people on Twitter, proudly, hopefully he wouldn't take no way because he's big as shit, and I don't want no smoke. I don't have to shoot nobody. It's not on your kids. At Judas Maximus says, it's not on your kids to make your Mother's Day lit. They aren't the one who made you a mother.
What do you mean lit?
It's not on your kids to make your Mother's Day lit. They aren't the one who made you a mother. What do we think about that?
So it's
So
the
the baby
dad's
daddy.
responsibility
Mhm.
to make your Mother's Day lit? Because these kids is poor. Like, kids be 25 and still be poor. So if you're funding it, okay, I don't get that. That's weird.
It makes sense. Not only funding it, but also facilitating it. Like,
Right.
kids may not have the know-how to, they'll have the intention to want their mom to feel special, but they don't really know how to follow through with that. You got to kind of facilitate it. Like, even if your kids are real young, like, you got to give them the crayons, be like, here, draw something nice for your mom. You know what I mean?
Right.
You got to facilitate that. I understand that.
When it comes time for Parker to start drawing me shit, like, I want somebody to make sure that they add something real on top of it. Like, don't just send me like fucking elbow noodle art and shit. Like, put like a bracelet in the middle.
The trauma. Are you
Stepdad.
shedding?
Huh?
Are you shedding?
Am I shedding?
Yeah.
What you mean?
Why is
My
it
hair?
here? Why is it here all over my couch?
I don't know. Maybe I am shedding.
Do you see it?
Yeah.
You want to wipe it the fuck off?
Yo, you and this white ass couch.
Why is it here? Why is he shedding on my couch?
You act like he fucking like pulled a dread off and put it on
keep
your
shit
couch
to
on
yourself.
purpose.
Put it in a bun or something. You ain't got no fucking wig cap or some shit?
When I moved my hair, some of it probably came off.
All over the place? You only been here for 30 minutes.
Yo, this
Two
nigga.
little hairs there.
It's 3.
This nigga
three here.
is sick.
Pardon me.
This nigga
It's
is
3
really
hairs.
sick. This nigga is really
It's
sick.
5 here. The more I look, it's more hair. It's everywhere.
Let me
fucking move
let me
it.
get your bag.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How much hair are you gonna shed on my
Let me
fucking
get your
house?
bonnet. Let me put your pink bonnet on.
Go with your shirt. Shout out to Born Hungry, who
Yo, yeah.
gave Charm this hoodie
Can
right
I
here.
move my hair
Yeah.
so they can see it? Is that all right?
Just put it on the white thing over there.
Yo, this shit. This nigga's annoying today.
Got a little dread on it. Little dread baby.
Yo. But shout out to Born Hungry. The sweater is fire.
I didn't mean that bad by that. That is a little dread baby though.
Yo, what?
No,
the
it's a little dread baby.
fuck?
That looked like Tiana when she was like 6.
Alright, son.
He also, Born Hungry, also made the sweatsuit that I have on here today.
That shit is fire.
Oh, word.
Right? Shit hard. So go to, I think, Born Hungry Apparel on Instagram.
Mm.
You know, they got some
Double
shit.
check that.
Dodge posted a baby sweatsuit that that he made for Parker, that he had for
Yeah.
Parker. So
She got
thank
a
you,
little
homie. I hope that this is I hope this does good for your brand because this shit is fire. I was scared to wear this out in LA.
Because it was blue?
I just don't know, bro. I just don't know. I don't want to talk about the tour yet.
Okay.
I want to ask y'all a question. The question I was going to ask y'all. Now, the things that we just spoke about with this text, right, this tweet, I was confused by it. Because I'm glad that y'all thought y'all looked into it and y'all saw something different. Because I was like, it's not up to your kids to make your Mother's Day lit. I was like, what are we saying? Like, what does that mean? Like, you don't want to buy things for your moms? Like, that's where I was going. That's what I read into it. But I think because I had just popped in on the conversation and saw that, and maybe I'm driving and I'm already in a bad mood because some other shit that happened today. No, I'm not yelling at my girl today about that. I was already in a bad disposition. So maybe I read it wrong. But I was like, so were we arguing about the right to not buy our mom stuff for Mother's Day? What are we talking about?
Right.
And this guy, T. Grazzi, said...
Grazy?
Yeah, T. Grazzi said
that is
me,
a woman.
Is it?
That is one of my close friends, and that is a whole woman. Thank you.
I didn't mean to misgender her. Like, I didn't know. T. Grizzle, that's a guy.
Her name is T.
But isn't T. Grizzle...
Grassi.
It's a rapper.
Yeah.
T. Grassi.
All right, well, if you can't...
It's my baby.
That's
Hey,
like,
girl.
it's just like you naming yourself Jay-Z and being a girl. Like, I'm just think it's you a guy.
Hey, girl.
Well,
She
of course,
listened
we
too.
should honor our mothers, she says. Are you sure it's a she?
Yeah.
Does she identify as a she?
Yes.
Well, she named herself after a guy. So I don't know. Has she ever told you her pronouns?
T. Grassi, like
Have she
Degrassi.
ever told you her pronouns?
T. Grassi.
Have you ever asked her?
Like
You don't know.
Degrassi,
You
like
might have
the
been misgendering
show,
her the whole time.
not like the rapper. That's been her name for like 20 fucking years.
Slime God.
Yes.
Slime God. That's a guy. Unless you like squirt a lot or something. I don't know. Anyway.
I'm not doing this with you today. Go ahead. What did she say?
Well, of course we should honor our mothers. I answered from the perspective of niggas not getting their baby moms and women gifts and just letting the kids do it or funding the kids' gift idea. Niggas don't be doing the most on Mother's Day, and I don't like that. That's what she says.
I get it, but I feel like
I be hating the way there's always this big thing about Mother's Day. And then Father's Day comes and it's like nothing.
I think the two should be mutually exclusive, to be very honest.
Because even if the dad is, like, even the dad's is dope. This man is a dope father. He's always been. Always been. You can tell by the way his children love him, right? There is no confetti. Where's the confetti? It doesn't exist. It's like, hey, great job. Great job. Go.
There's no confetti by who? By the family or by social media? Because there's a difference.
I ain't gonna front because my baby mom's is way more thoughtful than I am.
Son,
on Father's
you gotta
Day,
stay on. Hold the line.
Hold the line. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, where's the?
but I agree. No. I agree with what you're saying. Like, in general, like society and Instagram and all that, they don't celebrate the dads as much.
I think that there's a shift. I think that there's been a shift, though.
What?
Nothing. I heard you. I just wanted you to hold the line. We didn't need that.
You didn't need that
now.
little bit of
Not right
positivity.
now.
It was supposed to be
to-
it was supposed to be a clear line.
Yeah.
No, but I think that the tide is shifting. I think that the tide is beginning to shift, even on social media, and there is a lot of praise given to dads and black men, and there are a whole bunch of Instagram pages dedicated
I'm
to
proud of
just that.
I'm proud of that.
So I think that that's dope. Like, I'm gonna see, for me, for Father's Day, my father is such a difficult person that I never know what to do. Like, I was just talking about it yesterday. I don't know what to get my father for Father's Day this year. And then his birthday is like either the week before or the week after. So it all like compiles together. Like, Gemini season is canceled for me. If you guys didn't know, I'm saying it again because it's too many of you niggas and I'm poor. Fuck y'all. But it's too, like, I don't know what to do for my dad. So I buy him like sentimental things, but there's not much sentiment because he's such a simple person. Like, the fuck do you buy this nigga?
Hennessy.
My dad don't drink. My dad, CMOS nigga, like, he don't drink.
Maybe it's fucking Kale. I don't know.
No, I
Yeah,
can't buy
Kale.
my daddy kale for Father's Day. You just said that there's no hoopla. You want me to buy my daddy a bag of fucking kale?
Well, this is my plan over here. That's his name, Kale.
Because he looks like Kale.
Yeah, this is Collard right here. It's Kale and Collard.
It's very nigger of you.
Yeah, I figured.
So what are, let's talk about Father's Day. Mother's Day is over. What are
Well,
some
I just wanna say
gifts
this.
that you guys would like?
I do want to say this. I didn't mean to throw a damper on Mother's Day with my little question. It's the
over.
petty
It
in
happened
me.
already.
It happens because I always think about that when it's like, oh, the mothers don't get mother. Well, y'all get everything.